Hey everyone, it's Teddy, aka James Kazal on MTGO, coming back for another Grixis Control Friday video. This is the first video I've put out since being accepted into the MTGO Creator Program, so anyone from Daybreak who's watching this, thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity. Hopefully it'll grow the channel and bring the cool world of Legacy and maybe by extension Grixis Control to people who haven't heard about it yet, because I think Legacy is an amazing format. I'd love to see it get even bigger. Anyways, most people watching the channel for a while know that Adam is someone I talk to a lot about the deck, another big fan of Grixis Control who plays quite a bit. Took the deck to top 8 at MagicCon Vegas, competed at Eternal Weekend alongside me playing Grixis Control. Fantastic pilot. And we were thinking about some new cards to play to approach the meta a little differently. And Subtlety was like on the top of their list, and it's one I've wanted to try for a super long time, but I never remember it. It wasn't even in the 4-drop tier list video I put out a couple weeks ago, and it clearly should have been. Grief was on there, but Subtlety wasn't, which is really funny. This card, there's a lot to like about it. Everyone knows how much I love flash creatures. Flash creatures are amazing. Probably the easiest way this deck has to win via Bowmasters, Brazen Borrower, stuff like that. This one is pretty nifty. It's part of the Modern Horizons 2 elemental cycle, so you can also evoke it by exiling a card of the corresponding color, in this case blue. We're very good at that. I always make sure to have plenty of blue cards in my list pre and post sideboard. And when it enters, you choose a creature or planeswalker spell, and its opponent puts it on their choice of top or bottom. So it's like a memory lapse kind of effect. It gets around Cavern of Souls, uncounterability, a lot of cool stuff Subtlety can do. Very effective against a lot of the meta right now. Oops, all spells will combo off using a creature. Cavern of Souls decks and Nadu, always very popular and strong. So I'm pretty excited to try out Subtlety. On the floor too, a 3/3 beater with flash and flying, evasive threat. I like it. Very excited to try it out. And also, Adam mentioned that in the local paper meta, they were facing choke a lot. So I'm also going to go up to a second Brazen Borrower, something I've never done. Brazen Borrower has been a feature of this deck for as long as I've played it, I'm pretty sure. If you go back to my very first published result on MTG Goldfish, there's a Brazen Borrower there, and I think in every single other published result, there never hasn't been a Brazen Borrower. There's always been a Brazen Borrower. So I'm just going to go up to 2 this league and see how it feels. Usually pretty happy with 1, but having 2 just kind of go in more on this flash creature angle along with having more blue cards seems like a pretty fun idea. And we can think of the curve more like this, since Petty Theft I think is cast more often than Brazen Borrower, if I think about it. That might not be true. I think it is. So yeah, that's about it. I'm off Mistrais Village this time. I'm going back to Lorien Revealed for a higher count of blue cards, and I feel like I never really got conclusive evidence on Mistrais Village. Plenty of really cool corner cases for Chalice of the Void, fighting combo decks that protect their combos with counter magic. It's a really powerful card. I'm just not sure if it's good enough. It's hard to see what cards stick around and which don't. Stock Up is in the same boat. Baragoi seems to have stuck around. This Reanimate, it's another one that didn't make it into this version of the deck, but something I want to try going up or coming up is maybe Phantasmal Image versus Reanimate, because they're both kind of doing the same thing of repurposing your opponent's hyper powerful creatures at a lower cost than what they're going through to get them. Maybe they're using Chromox or Entomb to make that happen. If we can just get all the benefits for a much lower cost, let them do all the work, we just reanimate it or use Phantasmal Image. I'm very curious about that angle, but for now, I'm going to stick with Reanimate because it's what I've been running and I've been enjoying it a lot, so I don't want to change too much up for this video. So yeah, that's about it. If you'd like to support me, check out the Patreon. We're doing donation bonus leagues, of course, and all kinds of other fun stuff over there. Exclusive content. There might even be more now that I have the content creator program helping me out. So yeah, also liking, commenting, subscribing helps a lot. Let's go play. Alright, let's kick things off here. Against Builder Burn. Very talented combo player, so I think this Force Thoughtseize hand should do pretty well, along with Nimble Obstructionist. Usually pretty good against combo decks. Yeah, there's Urza's Tower. I'm expecting Mud here. Probably with Ugin. Ugin's quite a good payoff. And then Stock Up, if it's ever appropriate, can also be pretty good. I think playing the Swamp might really limit me depending on what I top deck, so I'm going to actually get Underground Sea and then Thoughtseize them. Yeah, there's Ugin. What do you know? That's the one that's hardest to interact with for sure, provided I have a permanent on board when it is cast. But it's also incredibly expensive. So if I just avoid that whole thing, I think taking Mystic Forge would make me least likely need to force next turn. Although these Flesh Rakers are a problem too, of course. If they draw like Lotus Petal, you can have 2 Flesh Rakers. Pretty messed up. Massive stop on the draw step. Can't be a miracle trigger, right? Yep. Hoping for like a lightning bolt here. Tamiyo. I mean, in the absence of anything else really, I guess that's fine. Play it out. So Ugin can exile it. Urza's mine? Urza's mine? That one just taps for 2, huh? It's not bad. Oh my god. How am I going to keep up with this? These are probably just going to burn me out. At the same time, like, if I'm not forcing Ugin, like, it's not going to go well for me. Like, need Lightning Bolt. This is insane. Am I just pretty much out of this? I'm about to take 3 more, down to 8. Massive pause. Is a Deus Ex Machina coming? Is the triple Flesh Raker not good? If they cast a Lotus Petal, I'll take 9. Am I doing that math right? Each Flesh Raker makes a spawn, and each will deal 1. I don't know. Forcing this seems wrong. Surveilling also seems wrong. Alright, we're back. Yeah, what do I do? Land? Yeah, let's just go to the next game. That was ridiculous. That's wild. And yeah, I could have forced them, but I could have forced 1. I don't think that makes that much of a difference, to be honest. Take Meltdown, Thoughtseize, and Consign to Memory. I think Opposition Agent too. I'd be really shocked if they don't have Urza's Saga in this deck. And then we can trim some of the slower stuff. I don't think Brazen Borrower will be that relevant, despite being a blue card. And then yeah, Reanimate, Cling to Dust. I don't need the Mountain. 1 more cut. You never really want to cut Kaito, but it's not entirely unacceptable. It can be Baleful Strix. Alright, try it again. I think Shieldred's Edict is also, it was a fine cut, but now that Ugin is around, it's nice to have additional outs to Planeswalkers. Yeah. Hopefully it goes a little better this time. Narset's one of the really only good checks we have for the One Ring. Oh, they're keeping 7. It's not great for us. Let's check it out. Alright. Tron. They have Tron. I think we still take Mystic Forge, though. Melting down a Mystic Forge is extremely difficult. And that's like the real card advantage engine there. Karn can also generate card advantage, of course, but not as ruinously. They drew Ancient Tomb, and they'll play Grim Monolith. Alright. 5 cards left. Consign would be a great draw. Wouldn't mind a Force. If I don't draw either of those, I think I'll just Brainstorm in the main phase. Draw a Lightning Bolt. That's not bad either. Some good damage control, because Karn will usually always tick down. Yeah, not great. I'll redraw this Delta and slam Narset. Maybe pick up a Force of Will if all goes well. Power Plant. There's Karn. And I want them to still think they have this, so I'm not going to act just yet. Disruptor Flute. What's the name with that? If they name Polluted Delta, I will lose my mind. Alright, Bolt Karn. Great. And now, I wonder, getting Force is not going to actually help that much because then they can Flute. But if they preemptively Flute right now to stop whatever 3-drop they think I might have in the name Narset, I'll play Baragoyf. But also along those lines, like, if they have the power to shut off Force so easily with Disruptor Flute, or make it cost 3, which is a defense grid's worth of tax, I should probably just play Baragoyf. They won't have Tron next turn. Can also melt for 2? That doesn't seem that great. Oh shit. They just soul read me? What the hell, man? That was incredible. Well, I am impressed. Yeah, I'll cast Baragoyf, or do I need to play Meltdown now? Because, yeah, One Ring would be very bad. They'd have to tap out to do it. One Ring would also make Baragoyf kind of a delayed affair. Yeah, I think I'll Meltdown for 2. Takes out the Monolith, which is tapped, but I mean, I don't know. This doesn't seem right. They have 1 unknown. Play Baragoyf. Hopefully dodge. Dismember, I guess. Kozilek's command isn't that bad yet. They have Karn. And they'll animate Disruptor Flute. There's no creature in the graveyard. Alright, play Brainstorm. Okay. Bolt, Flute, Edict Karn, get a trigger. That means I'm losing one of these. God, that's bad. So maybe I just attack Karn. Bolt, Flute, attack Karn. Put Karn to 1 loyalty, unable to wish. They'll have Tron next turn. Yeah, I'll really want an Edict if they have Ugin. So I guess that means I'm gonna Meltdown for 2 instead. It's weird. But I think that is right. Got a plan for that Ugin. What if I don't need Meltdown, though? Is that a crazy thought? It might not be. It might not be that crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna try and go without Meltdown here. This might be insane. I'm not really sure. Almost tapped wrong. Ooh, Nimble Obstructionist. I think it was worth it. This doesn't solve the Ugin problem I was talking about, though. Okay, Devourer of Destiny is pretty bad, too. Cast Brainstorm. Meltdown's back. It's not doing much, though, is it? I think I just need to start hitting in the air. Ugin would also be a disaster because it'll gain them life. Want to avoid that. Power plant. Yep. Defense grid. Well, force my hand. Play Obstructionist. Hope your last card's not Kozilek's command. It's Karn. What are they going to wish for? The One Ring? Oh, and Snaring Bridge. Yep. Pretty good. Now what? Can just hide behind that. Oop. Guess I'll take Consign. Or no, I'll take Meltdown. Yeah. And then I need to ping Karn so I don't get latticed. This is a wild game. I just need them to miss on their top deck. Okay, cashing in Karn. For what? Sky Sovereign? Cityscape Lover? Oh, Mystic Forge. That's pretty good too. Oh, I hope you brick. And I say that with a lot of love. Okay. I feel slightly in the clear. Especially if I can put Force blue card together between my draw step and Narset. Kaito. Alright. Melt for 4. Devourer can attack now. They still have all the mana they could ever want. Because of Tron. But we're hoping... I mean, whatever was on top of their deck, they couldn't cast. And they have a million mana. So... maybe it can just be a land? Oh, it was another Forge. Okay. Okay. Too close. It kind of makes sense why they wouldn't play the other Forge. Man, Mud is always really exciting. It's really good to know that they're playing with all those crazy Eldrazi's again. I don't have to worry about sowing Myco Spawn, obviously. But Devourer of Destiny. Marginally better for me than, like, Ugin. They're very similar effects. They both cost 7. They both have that cast trigger. But Ugin generates card advantage, and almost more importantly, gains them life, which is a big problem. I wonder if I should play Reanimate. I don't know. Like, the cast triggers are kind of the most appealing thing about the Eldrazi. That also makes Subtlety pretty poor. It's not like the old Mud decks either, where you can extract Karn the Great Creator and have a pretty decent shot of wiping out their win cons. It's not like that at all. But I wonder if Beargoyf is not good enough, since they have Kozilek's Command, Ugin, Devourer of Destiny. Would I rather just have another blue card, a Flying Thread even, with Flash? We'll try it. Petty Theft is also potentially relevant. Didn't think I'd be facing Tron. This has a consign. It's relevant interaction. I'll keep. Yeah. They're playing multiple Devourers. This is super interesting. Wait, how many cards are in this deck? 62? That's interesting. They exiled a One Ring, though. And a Manifold Key. Ponder. Yeah, I'm gonna hold up Consign. Kinda have to. Workshop. Another key. That's gonna make a lot of mana, too. Lorien Revealed. It's not great. I'm gonna Ponder. Okay. And I pray I don't have to shuffle. We'll see. Grim Monolith resolves. It's a lot of mana. But I don't like fighting over those. The One Ring. I will force. This one does not have a cast trigger. Pitching Lorien Revealed? Yeah. Okay. Cast Ponder. Yeah. Take Narset for sure. Probably have to shuffle Kaito, unfortunately. Yeah. Counter that. Okay. Playing Narset probably won't do much beyond baiting out Devourer of Destiny. Kolaghan's Command, though, is pretty sweet. And I can mill the stock up. I don't see myself ever having time to cast that. God, this Undercity Sewers is just killing me right now. If I blew up the Monolith, I'd be feeling almost safe. I wonder if using Petty Theft to buy time makes any sense. Because it depends on how big the windup is. They clearly don't have any more lands in hand. So if I bounce the Monolith, they recast it for 2, 3, untap it for 1. They can still get to 7. It just doesn't make sense. Hardcast Devourer. Does bouncing this make any sense? It's a powerful trigger. But then, like, destroying Monolith would take them off Metalcraft too. Seems like one of those weird spots. Bounce Devourer. Brainstorm. Nimble Obstructionist. It's pretty good. They're at 20. This is tough. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna want to redraw that or not. For now, definitely have to destroy Grim Monolith. See if it slows them down at all. Having a hard time imagining what's in their hand right now. They drop Devourer. I wonder if they have multiple of that. There's that weird draw step stop again. I'm gonna redraw those Bowmasters. And then yeah, let's drop Narset in. Take Edict. That's actually pretty nice. Hoping to fade one more turn. Defense Grid. It gives them Metalcraft. It's not good. I do have Nimble Obstructionist that can interact through Defense Grid. And that's about it. Snapcaster Mage. Take Bolt. We're on Snap Kolaghan's command right now. Keeping them off Metalcraft does seem highly relevant. You discard. Destroy Defense Grid. You can also make an argument for Shocking being correct. You drop Karn. Okay. Got them in that squeeze. It's funny, like, game one did not feel close at all. Because it wasn't. Fleshraker should technically be the easiest card to answer in the deck, thanks to Lightning Bolt and stuff like that. Plays out so differently though, just because it generates so much mana. Alright. Didn't get to see Subtlety yet, but let's keep going. Welcome back for round 2, everyone. We're on the draw, and I think this hand seems fine. We'll see what our opponent has in store for us. Undercity Sewers. Binning a Wasteland. That might mean they already have one in hand, or they just don't. Would rather, like, see more action, not lands. So, let's see. Ponder. I mean, there's a chance this is Riscaminator, and Reanimate could be pretty good. Let's put Kaito the furthest down. I mean, there are some risks here, like, we don't have a lot of protection against a combo, but also, like, trying to mulligan for Force of Will seems pretty silly when you don't know what you're up against. Okay, we could probably figure that was coming. Make a blue. Let's Island Cycle. Kaito can be for later. They've been another Wasteland. I think it'd be pretty crazy if they had even more beyond that. There's Tameo. I chose wisely, because I definitely want to be able to bolt that. Kolaghan's command. I'll see if they fetch at the end of turn. No. And they might have a Brainstorm. Let's see. Force of Will. Pitching Daze. Didn't realize this meant so much to them. I feel like if I Brainstorm, they'll get Bowmasters, so... Would that be the worst thing? It wouldn't be great. But yeah, I don't think they have Brainstorm. I think that would have been the first thing they tried before forcing. Might as well Brainstorm now. Not coming up with too much. Hope this thing flips soon, though. I'd rather try to nimble that ultimate than them just drawing a bunch of clues. That would be rough. Alright, cast Ponder. Double Kolaghan's command. There's the land I kind of want. I think I'm going to shuffle. Kind of better. Alright, send it back. I'm losing my voice a little bit. Been talking all day. finally get around to recording the league. Yeah, these clues are monstrous. Easily recouping. I need to spend my mana. You got it. Alright. Strix. I need more mana. That's the real problem here. Thoughtseize is not bad either. I think Reanimate is going to be a much later thing. Or Baragoyf, even further away than that. So let's go like that. And then Thoughtseize them. Interesting. Backup Tamiyo. So maybe we don't want to flip that badly. I unfortunately think I need to take Entomb, which I don't really want to do. But it's the one thing that can bust this game open. I don't like taking Entomb because it's a card disadvantage. And I run Cling to Dust and stuff like that. I might even have to force Baragoyf. Unless they're just down with using Petty Theft on it. They might even force a second Bowmasters. So yeah, let's just see what develops here. Delta. That could be like Hardcast Force of Will. Ah. That was a good draw. A very good draw. Playing Strix could have been a good reason for that. Alright. I don't think they'll draw with Kaito. Kind of solved the Tamiyo issue, I guess, a little bit. Oh, okay. Do this. I think they'll likely force. Yep. Pitching a backup Tamiyo. So their hand is Brazen Borrower, Tamiyo. They bin both cards. Sure. So we got Baragoyf after that. I don't know if casting Baragoyf is super relevant. I can get them to chump with Tamiyo if I reanimate Bowmasters. That seems kind of good. Or we can see which one they value more. They might have drawn Fatal Push. Nope. Okay. A little disappointing. I was hoping that they wouldn't do that. Alright. How important is it to hold up Nimble Obstructionist here, I wonder? I'm gonna play Strix. This game is really complicated. I'll happily trade. Okay, sweet. Now what? Entomb Reanimate? Don't tell me you did that. No, concession. Beautiful. Well, that was a close one. Didn't even have to whip out my 3-drops. That's pretty sweet. And also pretty telling about the matchup. So, I don't know if Subtlety is really right for this matchup either, because the creatures I would want to force are either coming in, or Planeswalkers even, are coming in via activated ability like Kaito, or they're coming in via sorcery or enchantment from the graveyard, so yeah, I don't know if this is a good matchup for Subtlety either. Do want Fatal Push and Surgical though. Thoughtseize, couple Red Blasts, and then you can trim Kolaghan's Command, Baragoyf, Brazen Borrower, I think, Narset. Expensive cards into the Daze deck. One Lightning Bolt, and then probably this Badlands. Generally speaking, we're pretty happy if they're drawing Wasteland and not a threat. At the same time, though, we can play on basics, and we should. Yeah, I think this looks fine. You want a lot of inexpensive spells. On the play, I sometimes bring in Opposition Agent, but on the draw, I think it's a little too slow. I was surprised that they conceded. Their hand must have been like cantrips or something. I'll keep this. Cling to Dust is super relevant. Force of Will is super relevant. I do need to hit some lands and dodge Wasteland, but like I said, if they're taking a mulligan and prioritizing Wasteland, that is not bad for us. I do have a Tamiyo, so yeah, we're kind of hoping to hit our second land right away. Not quite. Alright, send it back. Oh, crap. Are they gonna want a wasteland? Then they can't activate clues. Alright, land, please. Please. Sure. Land, please. Kind of. Brainstorm. Oh my god. This is a frickin' nightmare. Wow. I can't believe this. I mean, I hope they still don't wasteland me, though. They might not. They really might not. But they can probably put it together if they're like, wait a minute. They played a land, but they surveilled Lightning Bolt. Why wouldn't they bolt my Tameo? They can probably put together that I really don't want to get wastelanded. And now they have a third land, so it seems pretty free for them to wasteland me. But I hope not. I mean, if they Kaito... Okay. I mean, I can Edict this. And then... hopefully, if they can protect it, Force of Will work. They just banned a Brainstorm. I'm not super optimistic about this working, but gotta try. As long as it's not days. It is days. Well, that's not good. Still gotta try. Another days. Well, I guess I'll try it again next turn. If they wasteland me, I gotta pray that there's a land on top of my deck. Yep. I don't really want to keep playing. It's important to not let results mess with your head too much here. Like, you drop your curve so dramatically. I don't know, I'm on the play though, so that is a reason to... You don't get that extra draw step, that extra look at a land. I'm gonna trim a force. Seems kind of controversial, but I think that's right. I guarantee you I will flood this game. Well, this hand's hilarious. I mean, any blue card I draw is going to be put to good use. Thought sees you. Wow, that's really good. Kind of. Is it? This hand is actually pretty bad, I think. If they top deck a blue source, though, I guess I'm just taking Tameo here. Swamp go. Alright. Seems like we're doing similar things, you and I. Alright. See if they hit that land. Oh, it's a wasteland. I'm gonna cantrip here. Need to get my stuff online. Bolt, that's cool. That's tricky. I think I do it. Okay. Like, do they feel like they can afford to wasteland me? That's another question. They're not doing it yet. Okay, yes. The answer is yes. But they don't have a land. We might be able to hamstring them here. Oh, that was good. Do I even play it, though? Why would I play it out? They do have 2 dazes, but they don't even have 1 island. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna hold it. Maybe I'll top deck Kaito next turn. Well, never mind. Kinda hope that doesn't happen. Alright, cast Brainstorm. Not bad. Provided I don't get, wastelanded. I think we'll hide Stock up on top. Or I'm not gonna be able to force 3 times anyways. Yeah. Forcing once seems more than enough. Alright, they're gonna go to discard. They can't daze my stock up. They might just force my stock up just to do something. They've been Baragoyf. Play stock up. It's worth a force to them, and they're holding on to both dazes. I find that so fascinating. Now all hell breaks loose. Just kidding. I think we'll be okay. Yep. Okay, so because I want as many cards as possible in my graveyard, we'll start by bolting. Now I'll ponder. Sure. I'll take the land this turn. If I can start drawing cards with Cling to Dust, I should be able to find something to do while keeping them from doing anything. They're gonna wasteland. Yep. Yep. They've got one unknown left. They have 2 dazes in hand. I feel fairly confident, but do I just need that edict on top of my deck? I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is yes. And what about extracting Tamios? How funny would that be? I think it'd be pretty bad. Brainstorm. Resolves. Who even knows if they want to get rid of those dazes? They might think they're good. Cast Brainstorm. Oh, now what? Bowmasters? I'm gonna force another surgical. I don't need that. Okay. I mean, I would have felt a lot better if I had a blue card, but between Edict and Extraction, I should be able to handle whatever they throw at me. Unclear how many dazes they retained. I'm gonna guess not both of them. Yep. Just keep all that stuff. Eventually Cling will grind them out. I really don't care if they Bowmaster this trigger, or this Cling. They didn't even daze. Who knows what's going on over there. Alright, Brainstorm again. I'll find something good eventually. Yeah. How good it is not even that clear. I would love to know what's in their hand. They're gonna wasteland me again? Sure. That's the third wasteland. Yeah, they don't have that many instants or sorceries. We haven't seen Murktide Regent yet. These decks usually have some number of Murktides. Nimble Obstructionist. Baragoy, you got it. Yeah, I think I'll probably pick up this league tomorrow. Hopefully my voice is still fine to listen to, but it certainly doesn't, I feel like I'm losing it. Edict you. Cast Ponder. Sure. Unclear if I have any brainstorms left. I'm very deep into my deck. I should be able to put something together at this point. You would think. Yeah, they just concede. They're like, this is going nowhere. Oh. Sometimes if you don't lose long enough, you do win. I'll pick this league up tomorrow. Maybe we'll get some subtlety action then. Subtlety action. But yeah, rest my voice up a little bit. Good morning, everyone. We're up against Be Excellent, a fellow content creator on YouTube, and a player of blue decks. I don't think my voice is doing much better, but it is, I don't think it sounds rough. I think it's just, a little more downcast. They play a hedge maze. I wonder if this is Bug Beanstalk. Oh, pardon me. I should have maximized that a while ago. Say Swamp Go. They're gonna ponder. They choose to shuffle after some thought. Now they're gonna ponder again. Still not showing me any third color. But I guess it's not that weird to play Hedge Maze and then Tropical Island. They just didn't fetch for either of them, so it's interesting. Okay. I think I'm totally fine just casting Cling to Dust on one of these ponders. Marginally slow down a Murktide Regent. All that good stuff. And now it's my turn to ponder, or I could brainstorm, considering this hand is a little underwhelming, and I can shuffle afterwards, but we might want that to be something different altogether. Yeah, I think I'll take the mountain, and then another ponder is fine. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Uro, sure. That's pretty good. They don't put a land in, though. That's highly interesting. Alright, so there's a Badlands on top of my deck. I'm gonna ponder Baraglyph. What if they don't have any black or white mana? Or what if they use their removal spell on Orcish Bowmasters? That's also possible. Another Uro, sure. Another no land drop. It's very interesting. I don't want to play these Bowmasters until I know for sure they are not black either. Cast Brainstorm. There's Kaito. We definitely want to enable that. Bowmasters is good at that. I wish I had a force here. Let's put back Swamp and I think Brainstorm. How about Bolt? Send it back. Endurance. That's very annoying. I'm gonna try and counter it. Nope. Guess I'll pump the brakes a little bit. Are they gonna be able to remove Tamiyo? Like, that's a real question. I'm assuming they're just missing like black mana here. Or something like that. Mystic Sanctuary. Are they going to put Ponder back on top? Takes them kind of further away from their thing, but I think they're probably pretty desperate for black mana here. You might just have them on the stumble here. I'm going to take Bowmasters back. Just get the most stuff on board as possible. Flip Tamiyo. Graveyard, take Strix. Draw a card. Kolaghan's Command. Alright. Still need to beat that Uro, of course. Flipping Tamiyo also insulates Kaito from an edict, which is important. The only thing that makes sense here is that they are, yeah, they were lacking a black source or something like that. There it is. But if their hand is full of black cards, then they can only unload one black spell a turn. We should be in pretty good shape. It seems like Witherbloom Command destroyed Tamiyo. Minus Orc. Oh, they're not going to destroy the Orc. That's good news. Time to beat Uro. Another Bolt. Well, let's just start by attacking. Then look at some cards. I'll take Narset for sure. Play Narset. That's worth a force to them. They pitch Spell Pierce. So we're going to have to deal with Uro next turn. I don't like that they're going to gain life, but maybe I should just slow down again. Let's just main phase these Bowmasters. And getting all their black mana online. Witherbloom Command, sure. Bargain tells me this is probably a Beanstalk deck. Now they'll Uro. The worst part about this, honestly, is them going to 17 life, I think. I think I can outmuscle them other ways. -2 on Uro is, I think, the best way to address this. Draw Force of Will. Tap down Uro. Smash for 5. It's pretty good. Certainly not bad. Almost in reach with these bolts. I'm gonna ponder. I'll take another force too. Nibble Obstructionist is not bad. Then I can draw into force. But I don't want to go to discard either, so yeah, I'll just put the force in hand, play Baragoyf, send it back. They might even be priced into escaping another Uro. That's fine. Don't fight over that. Don't touch that one. Wasteland is whatever. Where's that? Right away. Endurance. 2 cards left. That does get in the way pretty significantly. I'll force that too. See if they'll fight over a Bolt. Plus. So I can tap down Uro again next turn. Bolt. Sounds good. Alright. Got bailed out by their stumbling in the start there. Very fortunate to take game 1 here. How many Uros do you think they're on? Saw at least 2. I wish I had From the Catacombs, I really do. Also did not see Murktide Regent. I'll take Agent. I like having flash creatures in this matchup. Reanimate is a little strange because of endurance. I think Bolt is by far the least attractive though. We saw Wasteland, we can cut Badlands. Fatal Push makes Baragoyf not very attractive, but sometimes in the mid-range wars you just have to be the last person with a threat. I want my threats to draw cards though. I think unless they show me Tameo, I'm pretty happy to go on to 1 Bolt. I also think they'll fight me with Hydroblast. So I'll trim a Kolaghan's Command. And probably Thoughtseize too. Well, I don't know. Their tools are pretty specific, just like ours. Should probably be a Force of Will. We didn't see a single Beanstalk. And how good is Brazen Borrower? It's pretty good against Murktide Regent. It's just not very, it's not a lot of card advantage, you know? Sure, we'll try it. Reanimate on Uro is a nice little 1 mana explore sometimes. You know, you just draw a card. The 3 life is a wash. Maybe you put a land into play. It's a funny little line. Well, gotta mulligan that. Aye. This is gnarly. I don't think I can win on 5. Put one of the expensive cards away. I think it should be Baragoyf. Because that one does not have flash. Ponder. Okay. So land, definitely our best draw. I'll take Thoughtseize. And we're just hoping to not get Wastelanded, of course. Oh, there's the Wasteland. Okay, we probably lose. Unless we top deck a land. Take one of the Beanstalks. I mean, they might not Wasteland me if they're trying to Beanstalk. But I'm mulliganed. Yeah, okay. We have a chance. Still need to draw that land, of course. Okay, Ponder, let's go. Yeah, it should work. Cling is important. Don't know if I'll get to draw it, though. Things are just kind of wild right now. It's so important, though. Can't let them have Uro. And it can help grind. Although if they Wasteland me, they're not playing Uro next turn. Maybe they won't think Wastelanding is good if I play another land here. So yeah, I'll take the Ponder before anything else. Alright, let's go in like we said it would. We have a little more time though, since Wasteland does not cast Uro. Okay, I should really shuffle. But I think I need that Cling. I could do what I said during sideboarding and reanimate Uro. Get another look at a land. Yeah, it seems like an important part of this equation, unfortunately. Come on. Shit. It is a blue card for force, but yeah, we could be in some trouble here. Not getting to play on basics is pretty rough here. Taking me off red. Not blue. Land? Shit. Okay. Well, draw step will extract arrows and see if that defangs the deck significantly. If that doesn't work, I'll cling. Bowmasters? I'm gonna have to have faith that we can beat that eventually. I don't think it's acceptable to force. It's gonna increase their clock too much. Force endurance. Okay, they have a really strong hand. We are in trouble now. Unless I hit a land and can take care of these bowmasters. Alright, that fizzles. They must have another land at least, right? No? Damn. Alright, little help here. There we go. Let's do like that. Play bowmasters. Take out their bowmasters. See if I can scrape by. I must have drawn that for turn. I'll take 3. Trade with the army here. And it's possible they just have a bunch of cantrips in hand. That was not a good draw. Try to edict them right now before they draw any more cards. Ah, it worked. Okay, push for 1. Almost stable. If they bargain, they'll just have way more cards than we can keep up with. Bidding Brainstorm. No bargain. We'll have a weird chance here. Seems like they hit Witherbloom command though. That's pretty good. That was Edict. That's not the worst. It's a good exchange for us. Really begging for a land here. Mystic Sanctuary. For what? Edict. I wasn't expecting that. And a Murktide Regent. That's pretty good. Alright, Red Blast helps. Force of Will. Not quite in time enough. Alright, we'll cling there. Brainstorm, sure. Cast that. There's Red Blast. It won't be online until next turn, and there's no blue card for Force. This is really scary. I'll be at 2. Alright. Things are not good. Lorien revealed. I'll probably have a Force of Will at this point, but you never know. I guess extracting Lorien revealed, it might take them off a blue card for Force. Yeah, they did have one. See if this helps at all. Okay. Things are still bad. Those bowmasters will probably beat me, but you never know. 3 Hydroblasts, I knew it. I knew it. Okay, they did wasteland me, so it is over if they play the bowmasters. Fortunately, never really got our feet under us this game. Unfortunate opening on a no-lander and then mulliganing to a 1-lander. If I had a blue card for this force, I could force bowmasters and kind of still be in this. I don't see anything I would want Fatal Push for beyond Endurance. If we can just take care of Uro and Murktide, the deck is pretty light on ways to win, which makes Surgical pretty valuable. Same with Thoughtseize and stuff like that, and Red Blast. I do wonder about Subtlety as well. It's kind of effective against Uro. It's another flash creature. Could also just have all 4 Force of Wills in. Make sure I'm winning those fights over Beanstalk. It's not bad. I think if we win, It's going to be on the back that they brought in 3 Hydroblasts, and we're going to really try and limit their effectiveness. Hopefully they'll be dead most of the time. Looking good. They're also going to keep 7. I'll shuffle that. Just looking for a land here. Brazen Borrower. Underground Sea, go. There we go. If I can clip their 3rd mana, that'd be pretty sweet. Another Force of Will, sure. Wasteland. No, they're not showing any green yet. Bowmasters, that's a good one. Okay, that's probably going to be their green. Try and keep them off of that. They could Bowmasters in response, but if they want to expose their Bowmasters over that, I think we'll be in very good shape. Stone Rain, draw card. Can't force it. There's a land. It's not a very good one. Ponder's fine. Shuffle. Have to assume they're looking for green at this point. Alright, they don't shuffle that time. I wouldn't care too much if they wastelanded me. More Bowmasters is amazing. Gotta win that fight. Keep Ponder. Send it back. Playing a low resource game right now. Kind of. Okay. Same deal as round 1, except they were off green and not black this time. Up the Beanstalk. I will force. I'll pitch Brazen Borrower. No argument there. Cast Ponder. Yep, this is all good. I don't think they're on Thoughtseize. Yeah, they weren't last game. I don't know if they are this time. Let's go for like a Kaito Steamroll. Sure. No Hardcast Endurance being represented. Please, Bowmasters. Alright, I'll swing in. And yeah, we will ninjutsu. Got to play around Edict as well, so I guess I'm going to delete the army token, unfortunately. Make them have to Edict on my turn. Is this bargain? It is bargain. Sure. They've been Endurance and Brainstorm. Must have been a pretty good bargain. Okay, let's bin both of these. Surgical Extraction. Extracting up the Beanstalk is pretty funny. They might even fight over it, I don't know. They don't have Hardcast Endurance either, so let's see what's going on over there. Okay, cool. This is what I was talking about. Just strand them with a bunch of blue blasts. Now they got 1 Murktide, 3 Uros, and 2 Endurance to win the game with, and Bowmasters, of course, which they have in hand. But without Beanstalk, I think we can keep up with this. Could use more mana, though. Sanctuary. Sanctuary gets bargain. Bowmasters. Takes out Bowmasters, yep. Alright, really hoping to hit a land here. That's what we're hoping for. More Bowmasters. Alright, might force this. I think I'll just force back. What they pitch? Hydroblast? Makes sense. So this is their hand right now. Brainstorm. They'll pick up a bargain. You know that's there. Well, that worked. Okay. Take out Bowmasters. And they'll probably chump with the army token, but they also already lost life, so that's cool. Thanks to the Force of Will. Just give me a land. Okay, good enough. I mean, it will get wastelanded, but I'm just trying to do stuff, you know? They'll probably Murderous Cut, Orcish Bowmasters. These cards become pretty inefficient without Up the Beanstalk. I think I can get them to shuffle that Hydroblast away. Maybe. There's Uro. They don't have double green. I have so many Bowmasters, I'm just gonna annoy where I can. Okay, they didn't shuffle, so Hydroblast is back in the mix. Kaito has to hunt for a land again. They need to, like, they don't have double green, but it's probably not that hard for them to find. Smash for 7. This is a big hit. It's half their life total. I feel like if I can just hit a land, I can't. Maybe Thoughtseize is just good enough. Bin Narset, top Thoughtseize. Take Bargain. And then Snap, Extract, Uro. Yeah, I guess on the draw step. Well, they could hit Force. But then they lose. If they draw Force. So, yeah. But this is how you do it. You play Snap. Then let them go to their draw step. And then cast Surgical. Getting the GGs. Ah, they drew Hydroblast. This is what I was talking about. Just blank those Hydroblasts, and they'll be working with kind of a lot of dead cards in their deck. Maybe I'll get some Throat Coat tea before the next round. And I'll see you then. Well, we've won the die roll for match number 4. I've got some Throat Coat. Hopefully that will smooth my voice over enough to make it pleasing to listen to. This hand is fine. It's a little problem-esque against Reanimator. But I think we'll be okay. I mean Wasteland, not Reanimator. I like it against Reanimator because I have Cling to Dust. Basic Island. Ponder. Yeah, this could be so many things. It's a lot of things this could be. I like the idea, unless I top deck Bowmasters, of brainstorming and then shuffling. It does feel like my voice is cutting in and out a little bit. I can do it around Wasteland entirely. I feel like I might sound like Yoda a little bit. Trending you are. Okay, Thoughtseize is nice. I think I can put back Bolt and Bolt. I think I need both of these lands, unfortunately. And what if they have Tamiyo, though? Tamiyo would be a problem. I wonder if I need to put back Narset, but if the coast is clear, and they played Basic Island, so they're not going to Entomb Reanimate me. Yeah, I think I'm going to put both bolts back, even though it's kind of weird. Then we'll see if this Thoughtseize gets dazed or not. Oh, okay, this is not Reanimator at all. Just fight the important thing here. Take Murktide Regent. And then we'll have to try and get Kaito in. Not using the stack, but I like my odds here. Because I think they'll probably force Narset next turn. Yeah, thinking about that. What if I just didn't take Murktide? I think that's risky. I usually always just take the thing that matters, and that is Murktide in this situation. This is probably a very similar matchup to the last round. Could also take Ponder and kind of stymie their development. They have a couple spells. I think I'm going to go with my gut. Just take the card that matters. The other ones may or may not matter. Flooded Strand, no Beanstalk hidden on top. That is good news. And now we're definitely going to cast Narset before they have hard cast Force Negation. I think they'll force easily here. But if they think they can keep it under control with Leyline Binding, I really hope they just let it go, since that would be a very favorable exchange. So is Force of Will. This makes perfect sense. They pitched the other Force. I wonder if I can just slam Kaito next turn. If they can set up a Miracle on my turn, that would be bad, but it's kind of hard to do sometimes. Never mind. It's not that hard to do. Probably will not go for Kaito just yet then. But if they're forced to jump through hoops and do that, it's not the worst for me. Savannah, knew about that one. Brazen Borrower, it's not bad. We have to expose our blue mana this time, or red mana now. I don't think they're very inclined to interact with a Brazen Borrower. My voice sounds so funny. This is gonna be... Please excuse me. Just downing this throat coat. They missed a land, so they probably have Swords to Plowshares. Are they really gonna spend it on Brazen Borrower? Seems kind of weak. I think I'll cling. I need to get this value working. I'll go after Force of Will, the card that can trigger Beanstalk. Holy shit, Orcish Bowmasters, get out of here. Man, these 5-color control decks, they do drive me insane sometimes. Makes Terminus very clunky at least. Yeah, deal with this. Okay. God damn it. I need my own Bowmasters. Ponder. Ponder shuffles. They're still missing a land drop. God damn it. I mean, yeah, we're doing it. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. You are killing me right now. This is pathetic. I don't want to take more damage. Play this. Tap that down. Okay, they hit their land. What does that mean? Leyline Binding. Oh my fucking god. Give me a card that's not a land. I'm less than a third through my deck and I'm already over halfway through the lands. The math is not adding up. Fuck this. Oh my god. Just gotta stay calm. It's hard when your voice is gone. Really drives you nuts. They just do everything. I wonder what would have been different if I forced the swords. I don't think it would have done really anything, to be honest. I don't think it would have been relevant. Brazen Borrower. Sure. Petty Theft. Leyline Binding or Orc Army? Probably Leyline Binding. I can recast it. That doesn't make sense. Let's think through this a little bit. Flusterstorm in the main board. This is an insane deck. It's an insane deck that's beating me. I'm so flooded. Screw does beat Flood. Kolaghan's Command, thank you. See if this balances the board at all. Now they're gonna force pitching Fluster. So is their last card Terminus or what? This is a bizarre game. Alright. Exile Murktide Regent. Now it's time to gain life. A little bit. Still a 2-turn clock. Dude. I've never drawn this many lands. Well, I mean, I have, but This is a weird punishment. The Stumble felt so beatable, but if you don't draw any cards that do anything and you just draw nothing but lands, like, you're not going to be able to win. Try and not show off too many basics here. Alright, I lose. Christ. This was probably not very flattering. So I'll try and have a more positive attitude. I'm in pain. That's my excuse. Yikes. That was terrible. So consign fights. Yeah, we can easily cut some lands. I usually only cut one. But I'm on tilt, so I'm going to make bad choices. No, I'm on the play. Let's calm down a little bit. Red Blast. That Bowmaster soloed me. It does not usually, because I play 4. Play a lot of cards that beat Bowmasters, but it did not work out that time. I'm sure they have Uro. Trimbolt. I don't think I need too many Brazen Borrowers either. Interested in Subtlety. I need all the Red Blasts, though, because of Murktide Regent. Hold on. Did I not take... Oh, no. Yeah. There's no way I would have... If I knew there were Bowmasters. They don't usually play black cards. They usually just have Xander's Domain, or Xander's Lounge for Domain. So I was incredibly shocked when that happened. And it kind of ruined everything, to be honest. Taking out there, and then I couldn't ninjutsu, and it was hard. Tatsu Stomach. Baragorf out. I think Kolaghan's Command is a fine cut. I was hoping to not see this matchup with this build. This build is obviously tooled for keep you don't mulligan here. Tooled for oops all spells and combo decks just to have more turn 0 interaction, but there's no from the Catacombs. There's nothing big like that to help fight decks like this. They're taking a mold of 5. Hopefully I hit my second land and things are chill. But if they're on 5 and I have Force, if I can just have Bowmaster Supremacy here, I'll feel pretty good. Man, my voice is not in good shape. As soon as I'm done recording this league, I gotta rest it. Binning Thoughtseize hurt, but we had to do that. Absolutely had to do that. I wonder if they just aggressively mulliganed for up the Beanstalk. It's not a bad plan. See if I can beat out some Bowmasters here. No. This is a weird situation. I think I'll just... Do I cast Stock Up? They might have Red Blast. I mean, these cards are good. We might get them lower on cards if I play Tameo out. Okay, sweet. Now I can probably resolve Stock Up. Probably. It's not a guarantee, but we'll see. Uh-oh. Force of Will. This motherfucker. Excuse my language, but geez, Flusterstorm has been missing from the meta for years. And now here it is. Alright, we're gonna have to go offensive here. They'll have a Beanstalk, so we gotta just hopefully end the game before that happens. That's pretty good. It's a little dangerous, but I'm gonna suck Bowmasters back to my hand so I can win a Bowmaster Mirror easily. That's much better than Stock Up. Yep, top. But I might not need the second Red Blast. Or I might need to cast this Red Blast. Boo. Yeah, I already have one. I'm not gonna keep that. I already have 2 red. Let's build that out. Opposition Agent, that's sweet. I mean, they might have more interaction, but they don't have any white up. So if they go for a Surveil here, we might actually catch them. Alright, hopefully that works. They have Bowmasters, which is rough. I control 3 islands. I can Mystic Sanctuary Thoughtseize back. And get them to pull the trigger on Bowmasters. And take a powerful angle of their deck away. Don't hate it. Sanctuary, target Thoughtseize. Say yes. Yeah, even if they drew a blue card, I have Pyroblast. They have Pyroblast. So it's definitely not time to cast Stock Up right now. But I'm definitely going to attack. Have to. Sure. I might not even need to go after Bowmasters here. If they double block, that's one thing. Wow, okay. That sucks. Do that. They drew Lorien Revealed. Alright, we'll see if we can overrun them next turn. They don't have a ton of mana. They have 1 more mana. They have Red Blast and something else. I'm about to Thoughtseize. Seems pretty good. Sure. Take your Red Blast. Cast Stock Up. Take Bowmasters. Any order. I'm about to shuffle. And then we'll sail over the finish line here. Maybe showing the basic mountain was not smart. Alright, that was much more like it. But it is not great to give up a game for what feels like... It is not great to give up a game for what feels like free in game 1. Alright, I need this throat coat to hold out. Subtlety. It's cool. Consign to Memory is kind of cool too. It's a good way to answer Leyline Binding, kind of. Although, you can't also counter the Beanstalk trigger. And that will resolve when Binding is on the stack. And then Binding will resolve. And then Binding's trigger will go on the stack, so... It's not all that effective, unfortunately. I could take a 3rd Thoughtseize and just fight them like that. I really wish I had something like Price of Progress or Blood Moon or From the Catacombs, just anything like that. This is usually how it goes, though. When you build your deck to gun for a certain matchup, you might just end up fighting different ones. And I wouldn't consider this a good matchup. Okay. Haven't seen Uro yet. I think I'm going to take Thoughtseize. If they're going to bring in Red Blast, I think I can pick the right spots for that. Not to mention, Up the Beanstalk is a high priority take. Well, people are going to roast me for this one. I get what I deserve. Bottom, probably Edict. Or no, sorry, Baleful Strix. All the way. Although if I hit a land, that's my enabler for Kaito. So yeah, I think I will bottom the Edict. I wonder if this is Veil of Summer. Better now than later. Haven't seen that one yet. Okay, it's not. And I'll take up the Beanstalk. I don't like that they have Red Blast. But we have to do it. Their hand is pretty underwhelming. They put a card on top, which I just Thoughtseize bug them. Maybe not. Maybe not. They also don't have red up, so it's like the perfect time to play Baleful Strix. Narset, nice. We've got bombs. Just need to clear through that red blast. They have up the beanstalk. Kinda rough. Sure. Does this mean Narset can ride? They have one unknown. No, sorry, two unknowns because of the beanstalk trigger. Opposition agent. Ah, man, it's hard. I'm gonna go for this. Okay, it's in there. Do I take a red blast? Or Thoughtseize? I'm gonna take a red blast, I think. Shit. Yeah, I think I will. Telegraphing that one is not what you want to do usually, but getting the fetch out of the way makes sense. I could get a third island here. And they're just gonna pass. Ominous. Do that. If I take Narset down, they could Bowmasters it. And that would not be great. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna pass it back. Slow down a little bit. No Bowmasters. Could stifle that. Or I could just blow through. Cast Opposition Agent. Get Kaito going, and then they'll have some hard choices. Sure. I don't love enabling this with a expensive card like that. Take Force. Ninjutsu. I mean, if this is going to work out, this is how it's going to go. I think I'll bend both. Or I can make a land drop here. I'll have a brief window where my red blast won't be active, but hopefully that's okay. Okay. Alright. I assume they have to go after Narset. Yeah. I'm gonna force. I'm sure they have Fluster. You got it. That leaves me with Kaito. But probably turns on some cantrips in their hand. Might be worth red blasting a cantrip here. Yeah, they probably want to get that out of the way before opposition agent. Hopefully we see them surveil here. Shit. Maybe they didn't have another one. I don't know. One card left. Do that. Brazen Borrower. Just having flash creatures to end this seems important. Sure. Subtlety. I'm worried I'm going to seal my doom if I keep this, but I think it's good enough. I don't need the edict right now. I have Kaito's -2, hopefully. Okay. Take the peace of mind, I suppose. Another beanstalk. This is where things get a little out of control. So I think I'm just gonna counter that trigger. Make sure they don't draw into like bargain or leyline binding or something crazy like that. Just try and keep it under control here. Is the clock super impacted if I plus? I don't think so. I think drawing cards is much more important. Yeah. Bend the land. keep the force. Seems like they hit Murktide. Using subtlety on Murktide is pretty frightening, since they can just put it back on top. Jesus, yeah. Don't think hard casting is an option. And we're just kind of hoping they draw 2 lands and not another card that triggers Beanstalk. Brainstorm. Damn, that's scary. Fuck. God, this sucks. Play Agent. I don't know how I'm going to get over the line. I feel like I had a chance. No shuffle. That's not good. Swords. I don't know how they're going to spend life. Doesn't seem likely. Reanimate. Probably reanimate Strix and draw a card. Pyroblast. That might help. Yeah, I just don't feel like I have the firepower anymore since they hit that Leyline Binding. It's too bad. Counter that. I think I needed Bowmasters to make this game happen. Just didn't have enough chip damage. Well, that was a good exchange at least. Still have 2 cards in hand though. Thoughtseize. Alright, I mean if they miss, they got 3 draws. If they miss, Subtlety hits for 3 and I bolt them. We'll see. Please shuffle. They don't shuffle. Oh my god. Oh, I can surveil. Brainstorm. Yeah, I really needed Bowmasters just to make anything happen here. That was a fast brainstorm. Hopefully they're locked. Oh, they might be locked. Been that. I think I'll cast Subtlety here. Go for it. This is not good. This is painful. Incredibly painful. Snapcaster Mage. I need to get them to tap out or something. I got Bolt, Snap, Bolt, but how's that ever supposed to work? When they have so many cards. If they fight super hard to protect a Murktide Regent, we might get them. Before all the inevitable triggers resolve, I guess. Well, these ones do have to resolve. 7 cards. How likely is it that they are all lands? I guess we'll find out. Brainstorm. Well, that's interesting. Bowmasters. So they don't have counter magic, or what? Or maybe they just find this more acceptable. I'm not sure. They're tapped kind of low. Not sure. Cling to Dust. That's pretty good. They might interact with this. No. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Maybe they'll do something right now. No. Is it ever gonna get better than right now? Maybe I missed my chance. Maybe it was when they were tapped kind of low. We're just gonna have to kind of hope that they get greedy and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna shut them down. Another brainstorm, huh? Stock up? I might actually want to interact with that. They don't. And also they made sure to pay. Tamio can block. If this does not work. Okay. Guess now's my chance. Bolt you. Bolt you. Fluster. Shit. I think that's it. See, I cited 2 bolts out. I don't know if I played that very well. Sorry, everyone. My throat hurts a lot. But yeah, I felt it slip away when they just started drawing a million cards. But, I mean, we kept up with them. We both have 20 cards in our library left. But, I mean, they have a million cards in hand, so... what are you going to do? 1 match to go here. Tough loss against 5-color Beanstalk. I think I can chart the losses up to being completely surprised by Bowmasters in game 1, and then not seeing any Bowmasters at all in game 3. That would have helped quite a bit. Because they ended the game with 3 life. It was very close. Promise it was very close. We're probably up against Mud right now, or it could be Show and Tell. So I'll be looking for Thoughtseize. And I am actually pretty glad that this is a gonna be a faster one. Because my voice is given out. I'm gonna keep the Kolaghan's Command. Usually pretty good against these decks. But if they play Glaring Fleshraker next turn, I'll just bolt it. Can't afford to wait. This will probably be a 1 ring. You know it. Alright. Now we're going to have to try and take advantage of them using their life total as a resource. We have a lightning bolt, which is nice. We need like Bowmasters, more bolts. I need them to tap their Ancient Tomb. If they have a Planar Nexus, that could be trouble. So the next card was it another Edict, or was it a land? I think it was a land. I'm going to shuffle and grab Volcanic Island. There's Narset. Might be too slow, but it's pretty good. I might as well ponder again right now. Take another bolt too. They could pretty easily go off here. But if they don't, and I stick Narset, could be in good shape. There's Planar Nexus. It's a lot of mana. Manifold Key. I can do some more water. Oh, liquid metal coating. Well, probably can't afford to cast an Narset anymore. Ooh, maybe I should have Edicted. But saving that for Ugin could be good. Alright, let's mill over that stock up. There will not be time for that. They'll draw at least 5 cards. No, sorry, 6, 7? Yeah, 7. 8 with the draw step. There's Flesh Raker. We're probably done. Kozlok's Command. That hurts. Ooh, that's bad. But also it's kind of nice that they are going after my lands and not the lattice, which they could have cast here. That will probably win for them. If they didn't have another ring, maybe we could have made something happen. Nimble Obstructionist. It's weird they only have 1 card. They can untap the coding. That doesn't matter so much. It's the +1 that destroys your land. Probably Edict Karn, Bolt Flesh Raker, make them rebuild. I think that's what we have to do. And we'll see. We just have to see. They somehow brick really hard this turn, and I land Narset. It's not very likely, but they're untapping their ring. Yeah, we'll see. Another Ancient Tomb. Another ring. Now they can tap Ancient Tomb. Ugin. That's cool. Glad they didn't gain life. We're probably through their rings though, because I think they put one of the 4 rings in the sideboard for Karn purposes. Static 8 pieces are not going to help here. That was a good draw. Okay, send it back. They'll draw a lot of cards. And they are at 8. I'm at 10. If they have a Flesh Raker, they can probably make this happen. But they're playing Monolith before a Flesh Raker, so that's pretty good. It's good for us. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the final ring is in the sideboard. Uh-oh. Oh my god, they're at 6. They're at 4. Can we get over the line, you think? Yeah, that'll probably do it. If they can chain into another one, it's enough damage to win. You never know, though. They scry. Doesn't say. Ugin. If they gain 3 life, I think it's done. Unless I top deck Bolt, I guess. Oh, they're adding mana. Another Forge. That 1. I need there to be like 3 lands on top of their deck. Okay. Ah, crap. Oh, it was close. They were at 1. I think they would have taken different lines if I was aggressively answering their permanents, but it always feels so close. Yeah, once again, this is not a great matchup for Subtlety. I mean, their Planeswalkers are expensive, but like I said in round 1, once you're casting things off the top of your library with Mystic Forge, it doesn't feel too relevant. That's crazy. There's a lot of homogeny in this league. It was like 2 Beanstalk decks, 2 Mud decks, and then Blue-Black Reanimator. It's almost like the meta didn't change at all. Thoughtseize, Agent, Consign is great. Oh, what the hell. Positive Record's locked. Let's bring in Subtlety. We gotta see what the card does. It's blue, for Christ's sake. Trimistrix. 7 cuts. How am I gonna do this? Oh, Cling to Dust. Reanimate. Edict is better now that Ugin is around, but hopefully Ugin does not resolve. That's kind of the plan. Baragwif is actually not great either. Can trim a land. Don't need the mountain. One more cut. How about one Brazen Borrower? I'll just play with what I'm used to. Yeah, I'm sorry about my voice. Just been working really hard recently. Easy keep. They're keeping 7? That's not what combo decks do. Okay, so definitely gonna look for Meltdown. Saga seems to be what they're working with. If I'd thought about that a little more in depth, I could have played a blue source like Underground Sea, and then I could have pondered into Consign to Memory. I think it's okay. Another Thoughtseize. I don't think it's going to be good enough. I think I'll do it anyways, though. It might miss. It did not miss. That's beautiful. And now they kind of either have to start losing life with Tomb or play a land that has an expiration date. Great. Unfortunately, these constructs are 2/2, so I can't use Bowmasters to pick them off. No Meltdown yet. Gotta keep looking. I probably should pitch Kaito to Force the Will. That's probably the correct line. They're floating mana. That's kind of a relief. Let's play around Pithing Needle because we can. Manifold Key. Traders. And that's it. Interesting. Okay, play Bowmasters. They can untap it to block. I want that Meltdown. Still no. No land either, so I took myself off Kaito inadvertently. Damn. Next turn, I guess. I'm not gonna fight over it. Alright. Working through these lands. Metalworker is really cool. But I think we can beat it. I'm going to 8. Actually, I'll just chump. I'm about to replace it. I really, really want that Meltdown. So badly. Shit. I guess Brazen Borrower will have to do for now. One unknown. Well, I think we certainly force. Card is messed up. Karn is messed up. Hopefully they don't present anything next turn. I can cast Brazen Borrower. Ninjutsu it back to my hand to be my blue card for force. And then just kind of take over from there. Seems like they missed a top deck, which is incredible. We also have Subtlety, but I think most of the time Force of Will is going to be more effective. Yeah, I wonder actually if Subtlety should be my blue card for Force and Brazen Borrower can stay cool like that. I'm gonna bin both of these. Because if I hit blue card, I can Subtlety and Force of Will, which is pretty nifty. Okay, taking it to game 3. I gotta really try and channel everything I have into this because I'm starting to feel a little woozy. I'm fine. The wrap up might be a little brief. And I don't think my voice is like unpleasing to listen to, hopefully. It's just a little less, you know? A little softer. We likely are going to just run it back here. They seem pretty planeswalker forward. But rather than Edict, I think Subtlety and Consign are a little more relevant. And then yeah, Strix and Brazen Borrower are a little slow, but I wonder... Maybe I'd rather have Brazen Borrower over Strix. Because like, we don't want Strix to trade for like constructs or something like that. We want Meltdown to take out constructs. Well, we gotta keep this. Meltdown and Consign, like, come on. A few too many lands. Oh no. Don't play a key. Shit. Don't play a 4-drop. Don't do it, dude. Stop. Stop. Okay. I mean, it's still bad. They might go nuts. I think Thoughtseize is our best draw right now. Hey. That's sick, dude. That's sick, dude. Dude, that's sick. Yeah. Oh man, double Flush Raker though, that's so bad for me. But I just need to take the ring. I need to. Oh shit. How am I gonna beat double Flush Raker? Maybe I can continue my lucky rips and hit like Bolt off the top. But since Flush Raker is not an artifact, Meltdown's not gonna do it. And there they both are. This is really bad. Probably just have to bounce one of them. Which doesn't make any sense. It just gives them more triggers. But they won't be able to attack for 2. Shoot. I need removal spells. Uh-oh. Next turn I can melt them down. But I'll probably just lose to this aggro, unfortunately. I don't think leaving them with the 1 ring would have done anything good for me, though. They'll still have 4 mana if the meltdown for 2 goes well. But it might slow them down enough. I'm not sure. Okay. I mean, this could be worse. Oh, unless they get coding and play it out. That could be rough. And then I guess, what am I doing in that case? Bouncing Karn? Not sure. I wouldn't say I'm in the best frame of mind to figure this out. Ooh, Disruptor Flute. What are they gonna name? Meltdown? Flush Raker. Super curious. And that is a free spell. God damn, these 2 Flush Rakers. So messed up. I feel like they don't even care about Meltdown. Lightning Bolt. Okay, I don't have one of those. But I'm pretty sure we just lose next turn. Karn can just like get something and then these Flush Rakers deal so much damage. It's absurd. Like what would even help me right now? He just had a really fast draw with a lot of mana. If I melt down, they can still Wish with Karn and get something pretty damning. And then they attack, and yeah, I think it's over. I guess I might as well brainstorm and see what's up. Force of Will, that would have helped a long time ago. Okay. Positive record with Subtlety. As always, I am very pleased with how the deck performed. I would have really liked to have seen Bowmasters in game 3 against 5-color Beanstalk. I think that was absolutely in reach, but we weren't getting a lot of cooperation, which happens. It's totally fine. And also the game we did tick off them, they did mulligan to 5, so I'm not blind to those things. It's not the greatest matchup since they can really easily overwhelm us with cards, but it's not completely hopeless. And then Mud, it just went differently this time. This version was more focused on getting Tron assembled, which shouldn't really matter for us since we don't play Wasteland anyways. But yeah, that was a really strong hand they had. They kept 7, and we thought seized them, but double Flush Raker when, yeah, they had 3 things we had to address, and I think the One Ring is the one you absolutely should address, because if you don't address that one, then you'll have even more stuff to address. I don't know. I think it was a very, very good league for the deck. I'm not sure if Subtlety, like if we did run into Oops All Spells, it would have been nice to have a couple extra ways to deal with that. And yeah, it would have been fine, but I don't really worry about the Oops All Spells matchup that much, or even the Cavern of Souls matchups, except maybe if it's folded into Nadu midrange, that can prove to be pretty difficult to handle. But overall, I don't think Subtlety is really worth it. If you're playing, if you can find room for it, that's fine, but I wouldn't put it in your sideboard over something like From the Catacombs or like Price of Progress. Cool. My voice is going. I will see y'all next time. Again, thank you so much to Daybreak. Very grateful. Like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon. I'll see you next time.